Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Alckemy. We've got an early stream today with a slightly different lineup than normal. Turn the music down a little bit. Yeah, what's up? We've got some cool stuff coming up. We've got 30-minute 808 work, 30-minute bass call and response, which is something I try to do almost every stream. I think it just helps me practice patterning, making patterns. We've got an hour of Oxy 1 sampling, so I'll move the Oxy 1 to the desk and we'll get into some just making some sequences and, you know, applying effects and just trying to pull stuff out. And then we'll have a 30-minute to an hour hardware jam, which I'll probably end up spending a little bit more time on because I need to save the last project that I did and we'll start from scratch. What's up, Tavin? How are you? Yeah, man, I've got like 4 hours of sleep. I don't know if you could tell or not, but my voice is different. I hurt my back. Usually it's my lower back that I like end up fucking up, but right now it's my rhomboids, and I can't breathe that well, and I'm also sick, so I can't breathe that well. And it hurts to cough and it hurts to sneeze. So as you can tell, I didn't sleep that well, and I'm up. I've been up since like 5:30 in the morning. With that being said, we're still going to have a good time today. It might be a little bit slower pace than what we're used to, but one more thing that I wanted to do before we actually get started is, let me see, I think it's called type, fuck, what is that stupid app that I have? I bought an app years ago that shows my on-screen stuff, my keyboard typing inputs or whatever, but I need to scroll through and remember what it is. We're gonna try to do that before we get started. Output, and before I do that I need to change the song and make sure that we have something else to play. Oh, I'll be fine. It's just one of those things that's, you know, hella annoying. Where are we at here? Alright, sorry, I'm looking for this app. Phone, Pizza Tower, Record Box, Slate Digital, Somi One, Sonobus, Stonks. There it is. It's called Visualize. Alright, let's get this up and working. Does not support the latest receipt validations requirement. Are you for real? Well, I was going to do that. It looks like that app that I have does not work anymore. Does anybody know of an app that you can use that will like show the on-screen keyboard inputs? Keyboard input display. No. No. Type input display. I don't really see anything, to be honest. Command reference. Alright, we're just gonna have to do it without it. I'll have to check this out after stream. You guys ready to rock? Let's do the ting. Alright. Let's hop to it. I'm gonna go back to starting soon here in a second. Tilt sounds one that looks cool. I don't know what he's using exactly. I might look into it here in a bit.
Are you ready?
Alright, so we're in Bitwig. I need to pull up the timer. It's called Horus, I believe. Horo. I don't know why that quit, but we're going to set a 30-minute timer, and we're just going to do some 808 bass design. I recorded a video yesterday that was kind of explaining some of this stuff, but we're going to use Polymer this time, and we're just going to go down the rabbit hole of making something crazy. Stream presentation is cool. I love the new format. Thank you, man. I put a lot of work into it, and I think that I hope it's going to pay off. I really like the new animations and stuff, which I built personally. I'm going to turn snapping off and just pull this down just a little bit. And then we're going to apply some distortion to this and make it do some cool shit. Now, something that I've learned a lot about 808s lately is trying to figure out how to keep it textured but clean. And so really just taking out the low mids here is like one of the biggest things for this. It actually sounds pretty cool. As you can see, though, it's super quiet, so we have a lot of headroom to work with. So some other stuff that I've been experimenting with is just how to get that really cool energy . And I don't really worry about the tuning while I'm making this, because I actually really like when this has like this kind of descending, because if it just leaves on the fundamental, it's kind of whatever. You know what I mean? But when it has that consistent falling, I think that it sounds better. You know what I mean? It's not the right pitch anymore, but I don't really care because, like I said, I think it sounds better. But so we're going to back off of this. I'm going to pull this out. Yo, what's up, Eden? Yeah, early stream. Yeah, that sounds nice. So let's see if we can add some other texture to it. I'm going to try a shaper table. Yo, good morning, Nate. How are you? And on this, we're going to solo this, and I'm going to see if we can just use a wavetable or something. Can't complain. You can certainly complain, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Legitimately, I actually have a category for the show titled Alchemy's Crash Out Moment. So, like, I reserve the right to do that if we need to complain. Should make it drop. Some car crash sounds. It could. I really like the sizzle on that. It's really cool, but it's a little too loud for me. And for some reason, it doesn't feel like it's just like thumping. And that's something that I've been trying to figure out, is just how to get it to bump. Okay, maybe it does, but maybe my speakers weren't loud enough or something. What's cool is something that we can do for fun is we can group this like this, and then we can like low-key duplicate it. Split the transient. I thought about that, but I feel like there's a way to just do it on one layer. Wow. That's so interesting. We could do like a secondary segment on here. Just have a double like this. And just make this super short, like an eighth note, and then just like punch it faster. Basta. There we go. Now it's got some bumps. That's pretty fucking sweet. Yeah, man, Polymer is a really good tool for making 808s. And in fact, I would argue that it's really good for just making drums in general. Just because the envelopes are super snappy and like it sounds like it's based off of analog, right? So I've been just getting into that a lot more lately. And the other thing too is like depending on what you throw into this, like I don't know, something like this. If we were to turn this into a Reese even. Yeah. So like now if we throw like a multi-pass on it or something, we can still get some really interesting shit. Like just that like crazy fucking low. You know what I mean? Like the texture of that is it's broken, but it sounds so cool. Yeah, there's something. I think that's a good way to describe it. It does feel like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to this and turn this off. Set that to 0. Go back here. So this initial idea came out from yo, and what's up? This back song, because where is this? There we go. Wait. Count authorizations. Check for available downloads. There we go. So with this track, this was actually what I modeled the track that I got off Saturate Records. But if you listen to this kick with this 808, oops, let's just go raw. Right? That initial like boom. It's kind of what I was trying to figure out. So there's a certain character to it that I'm not really sure how it's done, but we're going to figure it out at some point. Like, I'm not really sure what distortion gives that feeling of that. Because even with this, right, like there's a kick in it, but it doesn't have the bump. Maybe that's more of what I'm looking for. Maybe we try turning this on and bump this. Yeah, I think the kicks hang around like 200 hertz or so for a little bit longer. It didn't even really like, it didn't even feel like there's a kick layer on there. It just feels like it's just the kick and the thing as one sound. And my suspicion of that is because on that track, there is not a kick without an 808. It's just the bass sound the entire time. Oh, you might, yeah. I mean, that sounds pretty good right there. So maybe just pulling out all the square shit. My God. My God, you might have. No, yeah, it's weird. Like if you look at all of the other ones that I've done with the EQ and stuff on here, that's kind of been it, right? Because the top end of this is happening here. So perhaps that bump, maybe a bit of both, because I'm using this. You see how that's kind of bringing that out a little bit more? It's interesting. But yeah, like this relationship is like super important. What I probably should do instead though, because you can hear it ringing. You hear that? Like I can actually I can actually hear that. It sounds like it's going bah, 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 bah. Which, you know what, that might actually be kind of cool in like a fuse compressor or something. But well, maybe not. That sounds really good. Whoa. Dude, this is nice. Okay, cool. So now we just need the top texture over it. No, not that. So maybe what I can do is like, I don't know, one thing that I go for a lot is bit crushing. Sounds pretty good. So just add, like, it makes it a little dirtier and adds some character to it. Maybe we can try some layering like this and get some other weird shit. That could be fun. Mm. I'm gonna use a filter and take a lot of this shit out. That's what I did. Well, I mean, that's what the ring mod is doing. Like, this actually feels like there's too much air. I would actually argue this sounds better just like this, but maybe we can reduce some of the tail. But yeah, now this has a little bit of, it's got a little bit of fluff to it. I still want this to sound like it's breaking a little bit more. Huh. Maybe not too much, but just a little bit here. See, I don't want this. I want more of this, but I want it to sound like the whole thing is just like boom. I think that maybe just sending it through one more overall really soft distortion or something will give me what I'm looking for. I'm gonna try heat. Have you tried out Future R&B by 3? It's like Fuse Compressor and Pro MB had a baby with more features. No, I haven't, to be honest, but I mean, I'm not really in the market for looking for more compressors or anything, to be honest. Maybe I can try to apply another EQ to this and see what we're at. That might be the move. Yeah, I just can't get it to sing the way that I want it to. You guys know what I'm talking about though? Like that just like overwhelming like Cage does this shit really well. I should probably ask him about that. Hmm. Even still, I bet this would translate to speakers really well. High frequency slapback effect. It's no, it's in the low and mid range. Like, I mean, I could try it. We have time, but that's not really doing anything. Oh, that might help. That's interesting. It's definitely, I never thought to do something like that, but it's still not giving me what I'm looking for. Like really late after the tail. Pitch envelope and the compression on the low mids. If it hits hard there, but the compression pulls it down before it gets flabby. Yeah. It almost sounds like a master compression kind of sound. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe I can give this like a really long attack and release and see what that does. Okay. Well, I think this is good enough, you know. I mean, I can keep adding stuff to this in post. Like you can just stack other kicks and shit, I guess, at the beginning. Or maybe like a Foley kick or something, but I was hoping that I could solve it without it. Example you played, it sounded like the voice at the end of the kick was giving the effect. Well, I was just trying to isolate the very beginning of like the boom, you know. But it doesn't sound like an electronic kick. It just sounds like someone is just kicking you in the balls, you know? It's pretty great. But anyway, let me save this and toss this in here. And then we'll take our first break and then prepare for stage 2. 808 on the right track. Still not quite where I want it to be, but all right. Let's prepare for stage 2. Give me just a couple minutes, and then we'll hop in and get ready to do the next thing. Pull up a track very quickly. Yeah, I'm likely going to break them up into separate uploaded videos. But the show format is a thing. Wow. All right, so next up we've got our stage 2, which is 30-minute bass call and response. So this is just a skill that I think has been very important and crucial to working on. Oh no.
Are you ready?
There we go. We got to give it a proper intro. So before I get started on this, I need to figure out what kind of track I want to do. I'm thinking that I'm just going to do another halftime thing or something, but I don't really have an idea in my head for what it is that I want to try to incorporate. So maybe what I can do, because I don't have any ideas, is I can just bounce some basses out or something and then do the thing. So let's start with that. We're going to do a 30-minute timer. 30, 0, 0. And we have begun, so let's get to it and get some stuff out here. The goal with this is to not really do a whole lot of sound design. It's to just call, from some of this other stuff that I have and just find some shit and throw it together. That was cool. That was even cooler. You can find some partner sounds to this or something that holy biased waveform. Okay, so we got a few sounds. Let's see if we can work with that. Hmm. Yo, ISO, what's up, brother? Um, okay, I'm gonna get a little bit more resourceful here. How's work going? Huh. Taking care of business. Taking care of business. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're just throwing shit together, seeing if anything sticks. Trying not to think about it too much. Sorry. Yikes. That's pretty sick. Holy shit. No. Ah, ow. Fuck, my back. Oh, god damn it. so painful. I was doing this exercise that was like a handstand prep deal. So like what you do is you have your feet on a couch. You're on all like your feet are on the couch, your hands are on the floor, and then you pretty much like do a pyramid, but you try to tilt your body into a handstand and then you dip all the way back down. And I felt fine doing it, but then I woke up the next day and I was just like, "Oh shit, I can't breathe." So, yeah. Let's see if we can like find some other cool shit. We need to have like some other kind of like.
Let me hear you sing. Yeah. Let me hear you sing.
Wait.
Let me hear you sing. Yeah.
What the? Ooh woo.
Let me. Let me hear you sing. Yeah.
Cut.
Yo.
Cut.
Yo.
Yeah, this is sometimes hard to like come up with an idea that's just like bass phrases and shit. Maybe have some kind of reverse sound or whatever. Maybe something like that could be kind of cool. We can just do this and make it come in reverse. This is just for context. Maybe I can move this over here and do something like this. And be like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. Do something like this and give this like some reverb or something that might help tie some of this stuff together. Okay. Yeah, the snare really helps that come together and make a little bit more sense. I'm gonna grab a Pro Q and just, I'm wondering if it just, I don't, is it me or just, does it feel like there's no sub in this? Yeah, there's sub in here, but it's like nothing. So what I might as well do is just take that out, and then maybe I can toss this in there. And then surely we can do something. Cool. Some cool stuff in there. I think this does sound better, but I was trying to maybe like not do this because I feel like I've been doing this every time. Dope. This is a Devil May Cry sound pack. Hey, Just, what's up? Sorry, Zale. That's pretty nice. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if... We had like a cool, just like downbeat, crazy fucking bass or something right there. That'd be nice, but not like a neuro thing, but more so of just like a, you know, or something. Huh. All right. Wait, what was that? Was that from the other day? That's kind of sick. Hmm.
Let me hear you sing. Yeah. Let me.
That shit is so funny. Although I do need to break up these sounds because I remember I recorded a bunch of those out of one of the generators we made, and yeah, like that might be nice. What is this? Gotta love time stretching 808s. Why do you sound like that? Oh my god. No. Ugh. Ow. Fuck. Probably would be the move is to just throw it in a fucking sampler, but whatever. God, that just sounds so bad. It's kind of cool, actually. We've got like a minute left.
Cut.
Yo.
Cut.
Cut. That's pretty cool. Maybe different sound there or something. We've got 7 seconds left, so I'll find something to repeat, and then I'll move on to the next stage. Man, the day is moving by super fast, isn't it? Give me 1 second. Kind of cool. Yeah, it kind of works. All right, let's call this stage 2, March 25th, 2026. We'll save that, and then we'll hop into our next break, and then I'll plug in the Oxy 1, or put it on the desk rather, and then we'll do some like sound design jam stuff with that for about an hour, and do the ting. So we're going to take another quick break. I'm going to use the restroom, and we'll be right back for stage 3. Stage 3. What do I want to listen to today? Let's do Avon's Labyrinth. Yeah. That's a good one. It's one of my favorite songs, man. welcome back. Here we go. We're gonna hop into... Oh my god, that was like one of the first songs I ever wrote. I'm not gonna play that. Welcome to stage 4. Let's hop in... Or wait, we're on stage 3. My bad.
Are you ready?
So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go into a new project here. And we are just going to fuck around on the Oxy 1 for a bit, have some fun. And I'm just going to resample some loops and stuff and some sequences and whatnot. What I need to do is set this to... There we go. And let me see if we're getting messages. Yep, we are. Sick. All right, let's pull up an instance of something like Face Plant. I'm going to set the timer for an hour. And we'll rock and roll. So first things first, I'm not on camera today because I'm feeling like shit, so I apologize. But what we are going to do is we're going to make a sequence and just have fun with that. So first things first, I'm going to set up a key here. Let's do Phrygian D sharp 2. Let's throw some shit in here. And I'm going to set this sequence to be mono. It's already in mono. Wait. Yeah, it's in mono mode. Okay, we're good. And now we're just going to play around with doing some fun shit with this. I'm going to set this to go in either direction or random. That sounds pretty nice. I wish that there was a way to do square stuff on here without opening this up. Oops. Fucking Bitwig, dude. It's pretty soothing to listen to, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like I really like some of this stuff, especially for doing things like this, where it's like stretching it out and repitching it, and like that's a loop right there. Yeah, that's nice. Um, That's dope. Yeah, that's really nice. Let's take this off for a bit. Play that again. A lot of times these days, unless if I'm specifically making pads, I actually try not to have too much reverb and stuff in them. Because it makes it a lot harder to use, but it does make stuff like this sound a lot better. You know? You can, but a lot of times, like, whenever I'm recording this stuff, I usually don't use it vanilla. Hey, Cuckoo, what's up? A lot of times it's meant to be, like, time stretched and find other stuff in there or whatever, you know? I was gonna throw something else on here, but I totally forgot what I was getting ready to do. What was I going to do? Oh my god. Also, oh. Oh yeah, now I remember. Welcome to the stream. Just kind of messing around with sound design on this segment and having fun playing with different pads and shit like this. This is really cool for texture. I don't think it's good musically, but... I'd say all this stuff is pretty tame, to be honest. For now. It'll get crazy at some point. Oh, this is Bitwig Studio. I'm using a Shure SM7B. Where's this crazy distortion coming from? Dual delay. Maybe the OTT, that could be it. I'm also sick right now, so my voice sounds a lot lower than it usually is. I got my smooth jazz sick voice going on. Try to We've thrown on a Japanese scale this time. The voice adding up to this, I feel like this is one of those late night 3 a.m. shows. I mean, we do lots of production here, but it's very early where I am. Thank you, Cuckoo. I appreciate that. Let me go into my selector template here. I think I have one. Wait. Selection. Here we go. Let's find some stuff through here and see if we can get some interesting movement. Oh, that was nice. The longer it gets, the more silly it gets, though. I'm going to slow the sequencer down by half. Just get this to try to... That little piece was cool. This little, like, yeah. Okay. In a world full of tacos, one man, one journey, no survivors. Pitch shifter. Get so many ideas for techno tracks listening to this. We're getting ready to do some techno here in a bit on the next segment. I'm going to switch over to my hardware. We're going to have some fun. I'm not really a techno producer, but I've been having fun doing that lately. No, it's not, but it is a lot of fun on hardware. You know? Call it trash can. You can throw basically anything. Yeah. Anything over a kick pattern. Probably on Friday, I think something that I'd like to do as well is I'll probably spend a day making dub effects and just make a sample pack out of it. That would be cool. That's pretty cool. Actually curious as to what this would sound like if I stretch that out. No, most of my channel is based off of halftime drum and bass and hip hop, but I've recently changed the formula of a lot of stuff that I've been doing lately for the sake of trying to keep my production fun. Holy man, this is a fucking trap producer's wet dream. Just need some fucking edgy teenager singing some shitty auto-tune. Still cool. Sounds cool, but this is the vibe that it gives me. Huh. Still cool, like, because it still has like the do do do. And like, I bet if we threw like some Big Sky over that with, I don't know, like a choir or some shit. Really get to see Bitwig on Twitch. This is unique. Might have seen a thing or two. I primarily stream on YouTube, but I recently started streaming on both. Yeah, it's dope. Pretty messy, but still pretty cool. All right. So what I'm going to do now is we're just going to have some fun playing with some shit. I'm going to set this to play and then let's just like cycle through some shit. Wait, wasn't there a way to like mutate presets on here? Hybridize. Yeah, let's see what this does. I swear I do my own sound design. I just wanted to try this out and see if we can get some cool shit. Funnily enough, last stream I watched before you was using Beam Heavy as well. I make factory content for the plugin because I like it so much. But I also had the chance to meet Casey, and he got me on for that. Here we go. I bet this is going to sound nice when it comes back in. That's nice. Even though it's super quiet. It sounds loud though, doesn't it? That's crazy. Yeah, if you go into the factory content here, maybe particle sprays or something. There's me. I'm also a phase plant guy. That's my primary thing. It's actually how I make most of my money. You ever feel like you dive deep into sound design, a rabbit hole that you're like, how did I end up with this sound here? Yeah, but I always save my racks. And, yo, what's up, Dennis? How are you? Yeah, I always save my racks, and like I make it a point. I stress this point a lot to go back and be like, all right, how did I do this shit? You know, to some extent. There's some stuff that I still am like, I don't know, but for the most part, I have paper trails. And actually, something that I'm working on right now is a pack called Paper Trails. So for like the kinds of bases and stuff that I make, this is a fun one that I really like. You know, I have left a paper trail, pun intended, on every step that I've made to get to this point. So it's kind of nice that you can go back and look at what I did, that I can go back and look at what I did in order to, you know, be like, okay, what the fuck did I do? So a lot of these bases and stuff that I make, like Ghastly, you know, you'll see that this stuff is turned on. You'll see that this stuff is, sorry, this stuff is turned off. This stuff is turned off. And we're left with some stuff like this. lots of basses and stuff. Yeah, I'm a bass guy. I am like, I don't, how do I say this? I don't mean this and to like put myself on a pedestal or anything, but I'm the neuro bass guy. For the most part, I am the neuro bass guy on YouTube. I often add the project name to the project I worked on my samples. I usually just, I mean, everything that I export goes into rolling sampler and it's all like organized by the date. So that way I just, oh, you mean for sound design stuff? Yeah, no, well, I don't always save the project, but I will save the sound and I will save the date. Yeah. Cool growls. I mean, I make everything though. Like whatever. There's not very many sounds that I don't know how to make. Some would say I'm the faceplant guy too. Yeah, I think I like okay, so I will say Venus Theory got me onto faceplant, but I was the person that actually Venus Theory and Data Broth got me into faceplant. But I'm the guy that stuck with it for 6+ years and, you know, pretty much ripped this shit from the inside out. I will say though that there's a lot of people that are not content creators that are doing incredible shit with faceplant, but they're just not the face of, you know, they're not at the forefront in advertising whatever it is that they do. But I mean, all things considered, if you look at my track history, we go into user presets here and we open all of these. This is going to be it's going to be very long. Wait. No, this is Snap Heap. No. Hold up. Here we go. User presets. Check this out. Let me see. Filter tool, Requiem 3, super patches. I mean, I've got like, I think close to 2,000 patches on this. I want to say. Requiem. Cheese stuff doesn't count. Eternum 6. Eternum 5. Neurobases. Eternum 4. God, I've got so many fucking sounds in this thing. Drums. Halftime. Eternum 3. No, just the faceplant stuff. Oh my god. Well, maybe not. Maybe I don't have close to 2,000. I thought I did. Bonus patches. Pads and sounds. Eternum 1. Bases. Duality patches. Generators. Yeah, so roughly, I guess I thought I had more, but roughly 1,200 patches. Is that a pic of me on the shop website? Yeah, that's me. That is me. What was this? Oh, shit. I don't remember making this, but this is pretty nice. Yeah, I'm sitting on a 2026 pack right now, but I need to go back and do the macros and stuff. But I also think this folder is... Yeah, I've got 146 items in this folder, and I need to, like, whittle it down to not that many, because otherwise it's going to be too expensive and nobody's going to buy it. So I need to figure that one out. And some percussion stuff, which is cool. Twisties. Oh, more bass stuff. Sick. Yeah. What was I even doing? Oh, this is like my favorite. This is my favorite recent one. This is the fucking Hanna-Barbera laser. That shit is so sick. Yeah, I'm proud of that one. That one's fucking cool. Fucking pew pew, motherfucker. Stop shooting. Yeah, I got sidetracked. Sorry. This is probably not music to your ears. Very metallic. Yeah. Cool. I think we got enough material through this stuff. So what I will do is some repitch mode. Oh. Yeah, some of this stuff is dope. That, that's pretty nice. And even that's a cool little loop right there as well. That's why I like doing this every once in a while, because you can just find shit. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that is really fun, and sometimes you can harmonize with it and all that other stuff. Like even this is fucking dope. Probably want to. This would be like here, and then this would be like there. Oh man, I do that all. I mean, it's not even that. It's just I do that all the time here. It's how I start most of my beats. So like maybe like a crossfade. And you can hear like there's subtle hints of like 808s in here, so you could be like the boom, boom, the boom, boom, the boom, boom. You know what I mean? That was like totally off sync, but you know. Yeah, so one day this will pop back in my BB library somewhere in here, and I'll find it, and when I do, I will make a track out of that. One day. Cool. So that is about it for this segment. So what I'm going to do is take my final quick break, and then we are going to get into our hardware jam. So let me get back into here for our prep. I'll play one more tune, and then we'll transition into the next piece, which should be fun. I'm feeling kind of half-timing, so let me find something that I've made recently. Hold up. Wait a minute. Give me 1 second. Here we go.
Yeah.
I honestly don't edit, but if I do, it is in DaVinci. Alright, thanks for waiting, guys. I had to do some setup for the new hardware stuff. But we should be all set up and good to go. We need to get this turned on. And this guy turned on, and this guy turned off. Yeah, I mean, I developed a new kind of show for this, and I think that it's been a lot more fun. It's been a lot more organized, and I haven't really been like focusing on making tracks and stuff, but it has been nice. So give me 1 second. We're almost there. There we go. Hold on, let me pause the timer. All right. So we're going to be getting into stage 4, which is our hardware jam.
Are you ready?
And here we are. This is my hardware setup. We have the Oxy 1, the Digitone 2, the Digitact is the main driver, the Iridium core, and then the chroma key and OBS. No, just like transparent images and stuff. Gotta get back in building and make some drums and Reese's. Yeah, that's always good. So give me 1 second. I'm still doing a little bit of setup and stuff, and then I'll prepare and we'll start working on some stuff. Give me just like a couple of seconds. Go here. I need to do this very quickly. Split. Go to global MIDI. Reset. Oh yeah, I forgot that I'm controlling faceplant, and that's why I was like, why is this making this sound? So what the fuck? All right, so that's all ready to go. And then we can start the timer. Yeah, so what I did was I did the little like logo transition thing, you know, like the "Are you ready?" And then once I did that, I just had to figure out how to make a transparent background, which that had a chroma key on it, and that's how I was able to get those. And then in OBS, there's a thing called transition table where you can set it to where you go from a particular scene to another that it will play a video. And so I just have it play the video, if you will. I'm going to put a gate on here because there's that noise floor or floor noise. And then I'm going to add a tool to make this a little bit louder for all of us because it's kind of quiet. Let's see here. There we go. Just going to clip that. Well, I mean, Twitch and YouTube does, which is the Alchemy show. Okay, so my face is going to be turned away from the chat for a little bit while I get set up and stuff, but I'll look back periodically, but just bear with me because if you can see, my hat is facing this direction, and the computer is the complete opposite direction, so bear with me. Yeah, sweet. All right, well, let's hop in and let's get some stuff going. And before I do anything else, like I know that we're gonna do a kick pattern or whatever, so I'm gonna focus on the percussion before anything else. So, let's go here. Wait, do you all not have sound? What the fuck? I thought I fixed this shit. Oh, you do now. Sorry about that. Sorry, this happened last time too. I gotta get better at that. My bad, guys. Hear the delay. There's supposed to be one on here. I have to stand up because my feet are already moving. Is it because the... Yeah, I don't even hear the delay. What the fuck? Yeah, for some reason the effects on this aren't doing anything. Oh, maybe it's because of the routing. No, that's not supposed to be.
snare is so loud.
One thing that drives me crazy about this is that it doesn't sync up whenever I hit play on the other stuff, and I don't know why. And I don't know how to get it to do that. And if anybody knows, I would love to know. But yeah, it's like I have to stop the digitact and restart the entire sequence in order for this to do what I want it to. But yeah, I'll spend a few more minutes on this and then I'll wrap up. What the fuck? I lost all my patterns. What the fuck just happened? No. Yes. Is this supposed to be on 2A? I don't know what I did, but I just fucked up on the Oxy one and now it's not doing anything. Anyway, well, shit. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I don't really feel like troubleshooting at the moment. Well, yeah, I hope that you all had as much fun as I did. We did a nice 3-hour stream with lots of activities and lots of stuff. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. If you want to support the channel, check out Alckemy.com. If you have any questions or anything, you can always ask. But I think for now, we are going to get into our final segments of our goodbyes. I'll be back Friday at some point in time. And appreciate you guys. Much love, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and we'll be back Friday. Maybe next time we do hardware stuff, we can do, we can get back to like halftime or some kind of hip-hoppy thing or whatever. Peace out, everybody. Much love.